Okay, guys, there are rumors that the beloved or hated mod XVM is going to be discontinued. And, I have saved thousands of replays, and it would be a shame if I wasn't able to display on the screen in these old replays statistical information showing you the quality of both sides, and adding a little bit of honesty to my video, because it shows who's good, and who's not so good. And it's not a 100% reliable indicator, but it does give you a decent indication of the quality of both teams. And if that disappears, it'll make my videos less interesting. So I'm sort of on the hot seat here. If it's really true that XVM is going to go away, there's a bunch of battles from the past, epic battles, that I think I should put up on YouTube so that the information does not disappear. Now, this is a couple of months after I ran into Jim on Mannerheim Line, which is also called Arctic Region, and he joined Panic, and I think he's grinding his Oni there, the tier 7 heavy, and this was an epic fight. And this is one of my favorite maps, and they utterly ruined it, in my opinion, in 1.0. This map was, to me, an incredible map for comebacks and for recovery from a bad situation. Mainly because, it's better on this side, but it's also pretty good. It was pretty good on the other side from the scouting perspective, because you could go back and forth on this ridgeline in your light tank. And my crew is maxed out at this stage pretty much for scouting. So you've got open ground in front of this reconnaissance position. And if people just have the patience to occupy this ridge, just like we used to do in tank companies, we never did clan wars on this map, but in tank companies and in standard battles, you can combine the reconnaissance guy with the firepower of the team to drive off attackers and win the game. Now, this map, even though I love the map, it was tragic. For one of the commonest features was a huge force would often go over here and get completely wiped out. And I think you guys can guess what's going to happen here. And the reason is that the team is too spread out. The positions are not mutually supporting. This is like a broken record in my videos, but it's just a fact that the more compact the formation. I'm not suggesting that the team should be doing lemmings or occupying bad positions. All I'm saying is that if the fire teams are within a reasonable distance one another, they can help one another and prevent half the team from being wiped out. But oftentimes, the mistakes occurred on both sides, so you do have a chance of recovery. So I'm going to hit the space bar here, and also point out that the STA-1 is being fought by a longtime member of Panic who does not know that its Furnace Bop is here, in the guise of a Type 64 named Habax Legomenon. And I never said anything to him, but it's possible that later in this battle, what I was doing looked like what Furnace used to do. FistOfHam and I platooned a ton of games together, and then he moved on to other clans. But he, subconsciously he may have thought, "Oh, this guy's doing it right, and I will not leave this ridgeline." Right? This is discipline. This is not going off to pick cherries just because you saw a target over there. You're thinking tactically, and ooh, 700 for Jim there. So I'm going to advance this replay, and you'll watch in the other half of the team that went over to that difficult position where you cannot escape. That's another factor. It's difficult to get away from there because it's open ground, and it's like shooting fish in a barrel if people try to leave. So it looks like they're going to be completely wiped out, right? And the answer is not to go over there except in overwhelming force. But that requires our team, our group here, to follow them, right? To a bad position. Oh, excuse me, Fist. Sorry about that. Okay, now Jim and I are going to react. Jim's headed over there. I'm headed over there to cover the flank. And a huge mistake is about to happen here. and I'll show you what it is. So I'm headed over here just to guard the position. I'm going to sit in a bush for a while, and I'll explain the reason. Okay, we've got 3 mediums that have advanced to the river line. Fist, as you notice, is staying up here, right? He's being smart. If these guys would just pull back, literally all of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, if they would pull back to the ridge line, I can go back and forth here. And, speaking of picking cherries, they get free shots because my crew is so good that I can just be here and I don't have to get any closer to the enemy. And if they poke their nose, they're going to get hit. But they're ignoring the scout, as commonly occurs, and they're taking their chances on the river line. And and that's why I'm not going over there, is because there's no point. Targets are lit. They're taking their chances. I'll just guard the flank, and the moment they die, and they're all going to die. I've seen this over and over again. So I'll just advance this quicker. 8 times speed. There goes, and the T-44. There, and see, I anticipated his death, and now I will do what I said. I will go back and forth here. And this is scouting heaven. I just tell them, get back, I'll spot. Unfortunately, there's a mistake coming up here, and I'll explain what it is. The T-34 got a kill and didn't move, and I call that admiring your kill. The split second you kill somebody, you move, and he didn't do that. And I get the arty to move, and you'll see him come over. I'm telling him to move. I have no hesitation barking out orders. So I will head over here. Check. And nothing. Yeah, Jim made a little mistake there. No way you can cap. And watch, the arty's going to move. And he's finally going to move. Okay, now there's something else I should explain here. I'm still in a white-hot rage over the fact that the MT-25, the top speed went down from 72 to 62. The Type 64 still can go 72 kilometers an hour top speed, which means you can do this efficiently, right? In the MT now, you're so slow and sluggish, you can't make these moves to essentially maximize the ability of the crew to see at long distances on both flanks, right? It's a shame. It's disgusting. And I'm going to do another video about the absurdity of the nerf of the MT-25, but I'll cover that later. Now, that Pershing still hasn't seen me. See, this is the beauty of having a great crew. And they're not coordinated over there, right? Finally saw me, so I just slow down here. I don't want to get hit by arty. Oh, sorry, Fist. Okay, watch this. T-34 gets the kill and does not move. Does not move. Boom. Shame. But it's not. We're just still good, in my opinion. As long as they don't form up and have a scout leading a flanking. The thing I'm most afraid of is them coming this way, just storming across the river. And we couldn't deal with it, but they didn't do it. The slow speed of the T-28 is a problem. And we got arty, and we got Jim. Oh, Jim's down to 22%. So check over here, and now go the other way. And they're making a mistake, right? When I used to platoon on this map all the time, I tell my team, or my platoon mates and the team, do not cross the river and try to cap. Too dangerous because of the sight lines are open, right? And that's a fatal blunder, in my opinion. So Fist is going to take out the 12T. And there, Jim just hit the IS-3. And I'm going to do anti-arty maneuvers here. And you only do the relight when the light goes out, right? Then you take up a different route. And the M44 does try to hit me here. And there's the light. Out. Oh. That's a mistake. I should have to go back. Oh, he moved. Okay, that's all right. And where's the arty shell? Jim hits him again. poor guy, you know. And he hasn't left the cap. Crazy. Okay, Jim takes him out, and I keep saying the Artie's going to try to hit me here. Okay, here's the climax of the battle. The T-28 comes in, and I do one of my here. I'll go at regular speed. I cannot resist doing my reverse here. It's sort of a bad habit, but hey, it worked. And I'm firing gold rounds here, and the IS-6 is trying to come in, but he's too late, right? Uncoordinated attack. Jim hits that thing. And I'm trying not to get hit by the M44 here, right? And then I go, boom. And the clock is down to 2 minutes, so we got to take out the IS-6. Epic. Yeah, see, I was in two minds. See the wiggling there? I don't get hit by the IS-6. And he might have been able to finish me off. Okay, let's watch this at regular speed. Got to help Fist here, because the Artie is going to, you know, I'm not giving anything away here. The Artie's going to take Jim out. There he goes. And now we've got 1 minute and 20 seconds, and that's a mistake. Go in a straight line for the cap. And the M44, you know, decided to try to be a hero here, and got killed. So, and Fist took him out. So we'll just, there we are. Let's see. Boom, missed me. And there is the kill, the final kill from FistOfHam, my old friend. And I'm going to send him a message so he can watch this. You know, I consider this an epic fight, an awesome fight, a fun fight. I wish the MT-25 could still do this kind of thing. It just, you know, I'm enraged about it. Plus platooning with higher tiers, right? Jim's a tier 7, and I had a huge amount of fun recruiting people and playing with, mainly, like I said in my previous video, you know, I was looking for Arties in 7s and 8s that I could platoon with and do, you know, multiple battles and not have to drop down to tier 6s. So, you know, I'm not a happy camper. They ruined this map. They ruined the MT-25. I have my suspicions that the Type 64 has had a silent nerf to just not slow down the top speed, but reduce its acceleration. And you know, I think that did happen. Not too much, but enough to be noticeable by someone who's played as many games in it as I have. So shout out there to Jim and to FistOfHam for retrieving the situation by observing discipline. It's that simple, and you know, I'm a broken record. Platoon, and if you platoon, good things happen. So it's game over, and I hope you enjoyed the video.